will you please put the
There's,
number?
we're live.
Maybe it is on there.
We're live.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order.
You got it okay, Mike?
I'm not seeing it yet. Let me reload.
Okay.
Nope, I'm not seeing it.
Because it says it's live. Yeah, mine shows it.
Just ACIDA, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for all the videos and it's not there.
It'd be June. Well, it's not a video, it's live. It shows it's live.
I don't know what you're supposed to see on YouTube.
Refresh your page, maybe?
Yeah, refresh your page just to make sure.
I refreshed it, but all I'm seeing are the previous
You're
meetings.
seeing the old ones, aren't you?
Yeah.
It says it's live. It's
Recording
interesting.
track.
Well, it says it is, and it's actually got a green light on the everything, but I don't see it on the website either. It should be
All
live.
right, well, let's get started. Let's assume it's working. Get
Yeah, it
started.
says live, so it's got 1.2 minutes it's been running, so.
Okay, well, we'll call the meeting to order 10:06. And I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the prior month meeting.
This is Judy. I'll make that motion to approve the minutes of, was it June 14th? That's the right one?
No.
Should be May.
That's next week.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the agenda, but I'm the minutes I'm looking at are May 14th, so that's the one, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm moving.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, second.
Mike, okay. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. Now we're on to the abstract report for the April expenses. For the May, that should be May expenses. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Just a question for the group. I wonder if the water line usage isn't a contractor expense, not our expense.
It should be a contractor's expense, but we can't hold up paying Friendship, you know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna go after it for it here.
Yes, actually, we've got retainage. I would recommend that the board take that out of retainage if nothing else.
Okay.
I just don't want to get in trouble with Friendship, you know how that goes.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so if everybody.
I have a question on the account balances.
Sure.
Okay.
It would appear that we have a negative balance in our checking account at Community Bank. Am I reading that correctly?
Pam, you want to?
No, there's money in there. That's, if you're looking at like the banking summary,
Yeah, I'm looking at.
That's all the bills that were
One of the
paid.
items you updated on 6/10, it says account balance is June 2020.
Says minus
Up 6/12.
2,000 in there.
in community,
Yeah.
I just made I'm gonna make deposits today of 15,000.
So there's actually more checks cut than there was funds in there, but she's putting the rest of that money in before the checks go out today.
Yeah. I had to update it because the, for account balances and, to pay the water bill for Friendship out of the First Citizens Bank.
Okay,
So you're right,
So you're
Randy.
asking us to approve the fact that we have a negative balance in a checking account. And it'll change today.
That'll change today. We'll send out a revised copy as of today, so that you see it as positive, okay? Because you can see we have plenty of money in this first sits. We've talked about actually trying to just the history of it, we've always had two bank accounts. But I'm not so sure it makes sense long-term to have two bank accounts because then we have to keep switching money back and forth.
Craig, along those lines, Skip, probably it's a little early, but maybe something to keep, maybe after we do have some of the fees and things that come in from the pilots that we currently have going on, would it make sense for us to have it, or maybe we have one, a credit line?
Yeah, originally we had a credit line of 50,000. We haven't had that in a number of years, and I think we're at the point we ought to do that again.
Yeah, makes sense. Just, I mean.
For cash flow purposes, yeah, if we get into that point, yeah.
And the time to do it is when we have some of these monies come in, 'cause that's when they'll give us the money, give us a bigger line of credit when we don't need it. But
Right.
It's really good to have set up and down the road. And we may hope we never use it.
Yeah, we would never use it and probably wouldn't have to, but right, we got rid of that because they were using that, didn't have anything to back it up.
Yeah.
All right, that's
a good idea.
Craig, can you please talk to, community about that when you are talking to them about our refinancing our mortgage?
I will do that, yep. We had talked about it before, but we just didn't do it because of the fact that we didn't have any, real money. And we're basically betting on the fact that we had the buildings, but not money, but now we've got money, so yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so Randy, did you make a motion to approve, I'm sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Just a little more history behind the line. See, what happens with the line of credit is, in the past, is that, the line was fully funded, as Craig said, and it just sat there. And that's not the way lines of credit are supposed to be used. They're supposed to be used in and out, and not just have it fully funded.
Correct.
The bank's been reluctant to do that in the past. They may, as far as giving us a new line, but they may have a different look at it now, with what Skip said, with more money's coming in and we have a stronger financial position, so.
Yeah, we're in a different place, thank goodness.
And we have a lot more projects going on, so,
Right.
Okay, thanks, Doug. Okay, so Randy, did you make a motion to approve this?
I have one other question. I read this stuff. I apologize.
No, I'm glad you did. Go ahead.
On the what looks like the log of the checking journal, if you will.
Right.
There are a couple entries in there for Walker Business Systems. Because it's a PDF, you can't expand it. So I'm not sure what they're for, but they both indicate Whitfield payroll week ending 5/8/20.
Right.
And one's for like $1,500.
Correct.
And one that is for the same week is like $3,500. Are we on top of how much we're paying them?
They were the different weeks and we're all caught up. We owed Kathleen 60 hours previously because she had worked with us before we got her on the payroll through Walker. And yes, I'm following through with that. We're now completely caught up, and I'll check to see what was actually entered, but they were maybe entered when we got the invoices, but they were weekly invoices and they were all separate.
So could we update and make those descriptions more accurate then?
Yeah, we'll make sure that there's actually 3 separate ones because there's 3 separate invoices, yes.
Okay, 3 separate invoices, let's put in their number of hours so
Yep.
people can see what that's.
It's actually all on yours. It was between 20 and it varied, but 10 to 20 hours per week, but it was because we back owed about 60 hours.
It is.
And she's all caught up now.
Rich,
Yeah,
before you move on, I'm looking at a copy of the banking summary, but I don't see a copy of the abstract bills to be paid. Is that in one of those files we got?
Pam said.
Yeah, the very first one, abstract report 514 to 612 shows all the bills. That's what Randy was referencing to at the very bottom of Walker Business on it.
And that's the title of it, abstract?
The abstract report, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's part of the original email, not the updated one we received yesterday.
Okay, I don't have that, but I'll trust you guys.
Yeah, the ones we got today were just the account balances.
Okay,
She had actually forwarded already the abstract and all the expenses.
So we're voting on the banking summary and the abstract?
I would think so.
We'll need a motion.
Yeah, I have a question too, and I could probably dig through this more, but I was reading through this morning as well. And I'm sure it shows somewhere. But obviously we had the big expense going out, the 90,000 going out, the water line contractor, that's under expenses. Now the income comes from the county, if I remember right, correct?
Right.
For that to offset that?
Yes, we already have that money. We have two different pots of money. We got $120,000 that came back in because of what the DOT paid for their part of the line.
Right.
And then we ended up getting already about $125,000 from the county. So we have money in our account from those two accounts to pay this bill, yes.
So those came in before, so that's what's reflected in the bank account.
That's why we have that much in the bank account right now, correct?
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I just want to clarify that.
Yep.
Okay, does anybody have anything else before we ask for a motion to approve that abstract report? Okay, can I have a motion?
Randy moves.
Okay, Randy moves, and Randy's motion you're making a motion to approve it pending the deposit of funds.
We'll send that back out once the deposits are actually taken care of.
Pending the deposit of funds that are, that'll cover the check that we're approving, so that we have enough money in the bank account, to pay the bill, and, including the financial summary. So do I have a second?
Sure, I'll second.
Skip? Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. The next item, is bond expenses.
Yeah, the only bond expenses we have on here are basically, we still have about $8,000, $7,000 to $8,000 in the bonds. Those will come out of the actual bond money that's left. And the only thing that's large there is Municipal Solutions. They're the ones that helped us deal with the actual costing out of the water line, and we just never paid it. That's an outstanding bill. The rest of it's small stuff that's to do with the water line.
Okay, so could I have a motion to approve the bond expenses?
Judy will move that.
Judy, in second?
Yes.
Who did the second?
The Doug will do the second.
All right, Doug, and any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. There's no building maintenance report this month.
No, nothing major going on.
No, everything's good.
Okay, and the next item is a motion to go into executive session to discuss for attorney-client purposes. So can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So move.
Mike? And say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
We're back live.
Okay. Okay, so, thank you, everybody. So, having reviewed multiple projects listed on the agenda today and considered them carefully, I'm looking for a motion to approve the following. Brightfield, looking for a motion to approve the pilot. The motion also includes the approval of that project for Brightfield Solar. We're going to, for the motion is also going to include approval of the Rushford, New York 1 pilot and the Rushford, New York 1 project. We're looking for a seeker negative declaration for Hume Wiscoy 1. The motion will approve the negative declaration, and seeker negative declaration for Hume Wiscoy 2. The motion will approve that negative declaration. The motion will also include approval of the intent to be seeker lead agency for Oya Independence North. Also, the motion will approve permission to send a pilot deviation letter for Oya Independence North to the taxing authority. Also, the motion will approve the public hearing for Oya Independence North. The motion will approve the notice of intent to be the seeker lead agency for Oya Independence East. We'll also be approving the deviation letters to taxing authorities for Oya Independence East, and we're approving a public hearing resolution for Oya Independence East. So if I could have a motion to...
Rich, one question on all of those.
Yes.
Brightfield was a project broken off a larger project that include land in Steuben County. And we were going to coordinate with Steuben County.
No, this is a total, Mike, this is a totally separate project.
Well, it is now, but it wasn't to begin with.
No, there's the Moraine project, the big project is still an existing project. This is a smaller project with a different contractor.
Okay, so we don't care if what we offer in our pilot is different than what they're going to get in Steuben County then?
No, it's a totally us. It has nothing to be coordinated with the larger one, which is still another issue we'll bring back to the board because they were asking for a much different pilot, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Mike.
then I'll move we approve, Rich.
Okay, do I have a second?
Somebody will second it. Okay, so somebody else.
I think Randy said he would second it. Okay, any further discussion?
Can I just mention on both projects, the Burns and the Rushford, the Burns has a host agreement already signed and the Rushford one is in process. It should be done this week. So they're both on board with these projects.
Do we want to approve this pilot before Rushford? I was under the impression Rushford had their...
They're finalized. It's being done. It's not a problem. I mean, Cal is fine of going forward. I mean, he's at the final negotiation. He has no issues on holding this up.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, thank you. Now we're on old business. The first item is NSF solar site 124 in Belfast and Angelica. The newspaper had a publishing error and actually published 2 public hearing notices for the same sites, NSF 1 and NSF 3. Never published the notice for the public hearing NSF 2 and 4. We still held the public hearing for 2 and 4, not realizing that. So we're going to need to re-advertise for 2 and 4 and hold another hearing for 2 and 4. And we'll have a meeting shortly after that to approve that project. So that's really for information purposes only. Do we need a motion? Do we really need a motion for that? We've already approved the,
No, we've already approved holding the public hearing.
Okay.
All we have to do is notify the board that we're meeting on June 23rd to review the project again.
okay, and the oil solar project in Independence, the update is that there was a little bit of an issue with some gas or oil wells on that property, and that delayed the process a little bit, but closing should be soon and the project should start soon. And the next item is Quickly's Travel Center. Craig said that they're tentatively open early August. Craig, do you have anything else on that?
No, that's all. I visited the site. They're making good progress. And if you've driven by, most of the outside earthwork is in the final throes. They're actually put up a lot of the outside pieces as well. The canopies are coming up, so they're making good progress. They'll be okay to open by August.
Craig, this is Judy. I drove by recently for the first time in months. It really looks great. I did notice the lack of a sign. Is that going to be a big unveiling or something when they bring the sign, and is that part of the opening?
The actual new sign, I don't know that for sure. They know they had to go back to the board to get a full approval on the final new sign, because it's going to be obviously like the other larger signs that'll be a couple 100 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. I just really tired of seeing the old sign that doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, I know they should just take that one down. I'll ask Ken when that's going to come down. It's kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Craig?
thank you.
Speaking of signs, Craig, have we done anything on DOT signs on the interstate?
Have they done anything? I'll have to ask Ken if not, because I'm sure he's already contacted them, but I'll find out. Because it takes a while to get that approved, yeah.
I didn't know if we needed to be involved in that.
No, it should be them, but I'll check, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if there's nothing else on Quickly, move on to the micro enterprise grant. Craig said that we received only one bid to be a grant administrator, and so they want to.
I'm going to call some other people to get at least a couple more bids, because we shouldn't have more than one bid before we, even though we published it, I don't want.
And the one bid was from the same outfit that wrote the grant for?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments on that?
Just one item that I think belongs under old business, Rich.
Okay.
How are we doing on our Paris report?
I have to just review it, and then I'll send it out to the board.
Okay, thank you.
They extended the deadline. It was actually due July 1st, so I have to look at it this week, and then I'll send it out for the board review, okay? It's been completed.
There's no need to scramble. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's been completed. I just haven't had a chance to look at it.
What was the deadline on that originally?
Sometime in March, but with the COVID, they basically extended it, so that's why, I just haven't had a chance to look at it. July 1st is the deadline now.
All right, good. Thank you.
Good question.
Okay, if there's no other old business, we'll move on to new business. Community bank loan extension. Craig, do you just want to talk about that quickly?
Yeah, we have a balloon payment coming due. It's just almost $87,000 on a loan that we took out a few years ago, $150,000 loan. And the recommendation is to extend that into the future with Community Bank at a current rate. They will be giving me the rate shortly, and I will pass it on to the board. I know last time we did competitive bidding, they were very competitive, and this will be short term, because more than likely with all the projects we're doing, we should be able to pay off that balloon payment here coming this next year. So we should have a motion to go ahead and extend that bank loan.
Do we need some information on it first before we have a motion?
Well, I need, it's up to you, but it's due June 16th if you want to meet again. Otherwise, I have to be able to sign something by June 16th.
I don't think we should make a motion to enter into a loan agreement without any details. So I think we're going to have to wait.
Well, one of the members, Randy or Doug, mentioned that this is simply a modification of an existing agreement,
An
so
extension, yeah.
that's a simple vote.
Yeah, all right, we want to make a motion, Mike?
Well, we should still know the details of it, though. I'm on the other side of that.
Oh, no, I agree, Doug, I'm not trying to shortcut it, but it's not an issue where we need to go out and get competitive bids.
Well, yeah, I agree with that as well. But, can't we have, Craig send out an email to us and we can just approve it that way?
It's fine with me, because I should have got it by today. I'm hoping Gretchen will send it. As soon as I get it, I'll send it out to the board.
Okay. Let's leave it at that. Thank
That's
you.
fine.
All right, and, any other new business? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Yes, second. And Mike? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned.
Okay, I ended it.